Hello, how are you? Right, something a little bit different tonight. Food mackerel being caught, so we've gone for a tope. Something I don't usually do. I've done it in New Zealand, caught small ones on, I think we use herring, no, mullet over there, yellow-eyed mullet. Could do with a food mackerel, nice and fresh, but I have got some, I brought some anyway, just so I can fish it, and I've got these small ones here from Devon Baits. And we've got some squid there as well. They will take a bit of squid apparently, but I can chuck that in for a bit of ground bait. So just talk you through. So we're going to try and get some mackerel on this and some sand eels as well. And when it gets dark, what I might do, if I've got some sand eel, I might just try and a live sand eel just in close here on these seats, because the water will be where I am right here, where I'm standing, the water's going to be. And just in this shelf here, you just have a live sand eel and just have him sort of wafting away. We've got another outfit here. This is a tope outfit, and I'll go through that in a minute. So that'll be casted out. Tide is flooding, so it's coming this way, so we'll cast out this way. Bit of rough ground just over here, and you can get tope here. There's a place called Wells, which is a harbour over there. There's a boat there, or a couple of boats, and they've been doing quite well in the past few years. But you can get them here. You can get tope here. So this is June, so June's a good month for them. The food is here. They will take a flatfish as well, so you can get them earlier than June here, and they'll take a flatfish. So I'll just talk you through the rig. So we've got a 50-pound braid there. You don't necessarily need 50-pound braid, that's just what I've got. 30-pound would do, probably get away with 20-pound. At the end of the day, these tope, they're big fish, and all it will do is line capacity. You need line capacity. When he takes, he'll pretty much hook himself. You just tighten up so you don't bust your gear, and you just let him go. You just let him go and go and go and go. And once you realise you're starting to get low on line, that's when you put the brakes on it. You just clamp your hand over the spool or tighten up, and you'll just get him to turn. Okay, so once he turns, you start winding like hell, and he'll come in, and you keep winding, get more line on the reel, and he'll just go off and do it again. And depends how big the tope is. He may do that, you know, quite a few times. But there's some birds now diving there, so that tells me that there's some bait fish there, and it's worth trying this now, you see. So let me quickly hurry up. So Stradic 8000, we've got a beach rod here, rated about 8 ounce. We've got a 50-pound rubbing leader here, tied on. Okay, yet that needs to be from where your trace is, that needs to be at least the length of the fish. Okay, so let's just say tope are quite long, some big ones are, so 6 foot. This is miles too much, miles too much. Well, see how we get on. That's 55-pound, that should be okay. All right, braid 50-pound. That's, a braid doesn't hold up too well on abrasive sort of skin and things like that, so you've got to be a bit mindful with braid, but you might get away with it. Just depends. Sometimes you can get away with things if the fish doesn't wrap itself up in your rig. But here we go. So this is 200-pound mono, okay, to a size I think 8 or a 9 O'Shaughnessy. All right, and so this is your biting lead. That's 200-pound. All right, should be okay even on a big one. I've got a big old swivel there, a 1/0 swivel I believe, and we've got a 7-ounce lead. All right, and we've got a slide, so it's a running rig, you see. So your live baits are good in this. Live baits are good. So the plan is, what we're going to do, we're going to put on a whole one of these. I'll chop the tail off, and I'll thread this hook through the body. The hook will come out just in front of the head here, and I'll try and bury the hook actually inside the fish, get some cotton around it, and it'll cast this way, and the tope should take it this way. Just one big hook, and it'll sort of sit something like that inside the fish, just like that, sticking up like that, sitting on the bottom. And I would leave these, there's apparently a bit of crab activity, so you probably want to leave that out there. You have to keep it on the rod tip, but we do need to catch some more bait really. I would say half an hour is all it's going to last out there, something like that. I may be wrong, and we'll just sort of see how it goes. But the tide's coming up here. Best time for me for something like this It's like a lot of the other species. There's high water, it's got to be a bit of high water. Apparently if you're fishing rocky headlands and things like that, you can do low water, it's quite good. But here is always high water. So you're looking at the 2 hours before the top. So it's sort of nowish, I would say, to the top about here. And then once the tide turns is another window when something could happen. So you've got to hang around over the high water. And as soon as you can see it starting to come the other way, it's going to come this way. It's a good time to hang on as well. Okay, so that's going to be around about midnight. All right, so we'll be in the dark doing all this. I've got some lights in there, drink and stuff, and warm jacket because it's going to get cold. And another, so while we're doing that, that can fish by itself. And then I can, if I can get some sand eel, I can fish for bass in the dark. And I've got some other techniques as well. I've got a white popper I can try, because it's calm like this in the dark. And I've also got a an OSP Dulo stick, white, which I can try and cast. I can walk down here and cast along this shelf here, and they'll be feeding on, if there's any bass going to be there, it'll be the sand eel, and they're going to be here. I'm sure they'll be here. Right, June, you can pick up a big bass in June. All right, and I might even be able to get a big bass while I'm fishing for these sand eel and mackerel with that on. Okay, and also just to let you know, there's some really good lures, some different kind of lures I saw today in the tackle shop by Westin. They look brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Lots of some different bass lures, they're tailored towards the bass, different, something different. And just like I thought, oh, they wouldn't bust them, they're expensive, but wouldn't bust the bank. And I thought, oh, I might treat myself to them soon. So keep an eye on the gulls. Look what the gulls doing, hovering, even stuffing themselves. Right, there's a gull over there, isn't there? Yeah, there's a gull over there. Gulls here. Right, more gulls there circling. The birds are diving, the bait fish are there. But we'll find out. Water's gone clear now. Let's find out what's going on. So what we've got is, I need to get one of these to cast it. We're nearly ready to go. Now that's it, I've just rigged it like this. All right, hadn't done it for a while. That's a bit of an abomination because the bait is frozen, but that will work. The hook's exposed, it's rigid. All right, and we'll give that a go. All right, we'll get it out there fishing. Plenty cotton around the tail. It's going to take the main sort of force of it all, and just try to think how we can do it like this. So we cast it. How can I do this? We got that like that. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do. No, it won't work. Yeah. Oh, see if there's... Oh, it's a pain. It's a pain. Everything's a pain. Let's put it around this way. This might work. Right. There we go. We'll try that. Plenty of goals. I'm just going to put this on. Now I brought a catapult to chop up some bait and to chuck out as brown bait. So, but we just want to get out fishing for a start. So we're not looking to. Haven't casted this reel for a long time. There's a bit of history with this reel. This is a reel I brought in Australia in 2010. And boy has this reel seen some action. My God. I've not used it in a long time. Put some fresh oil in it. Had a big mulloway one night on this. A big giant trevally. May have had a kingfish on it. Yeah, so it's done a lot of spin fishing in Australia, this reel, and it's lived to tell the tale. And here it is, bang. So as for casting this, what you can do is just clip the hook over the lead like so. Alright, and cast it like that. That's the plan. That is the plan. That is the plan. the other finger on the left hand, a bit more leverage, but I still had plenty just with an overarm chuck there, because I've got the wind behind me, you see. That's quite a long way out. But that might suit the state of the tide, because the tide, you know, if we're going to get something, that'll be when the water's up here somewhere. So, where are we? So we should be on sand there. If we're not, that's tough. It's a bit snaggy here. So what we'll do, braid is, we'll set the drag so it can go. But that's it. Set the drag so it can go, but also it can sort of, you know, loads of line on there. So all you're doing, you're just really letting the fish empty the spool, and then once it's sort of empty, that's the mechanics of it really. You ain't got to do anything, and you just got, it's like I say all the time, you're just coaching the fish in. Oh, it's bloody, a bit of tide there. That's it. Get a drag set just right. That's it. That's it, it's got enough so it can sort of I think that's alright. I think that'll be okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, let's save some battery.